Hello, Elder Smith here, and today I'd like to continue in Genesis in the 26th chapter. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him, and said, Go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how sayest thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech charged all his people, saying, He that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward, and grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, and possession of herds, and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him for all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father. The Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they digged another well, and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence, and digged another well, for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. And Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahirzeth, forgive me on that pronunciation, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, and we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and swear one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and Rebekah. So this goes to show just how much God is blessing this family. They're in a land where they are outnumbered, or were outnumbered in the beginning. Isaac was afraid that he would either be killed or harmed for Rebekah, since she was very fair. This is very similar to Abraham's situation where in Egypt, where he told Sarai at the time was her name before it became Sarah, to pretend that she was his sister. The Pharaoh took her to be his wife, and God plagued him. In this case, the same thing happened, only instead of God intervening, Abimelech saw him sporting with his wife. Now, so God didn't stop him. This is because Abimelech caught Isaac in the act of playfully being romantic with his wife, not on the intimate level, but romantic in the fun sense, having fun with each other, enjoying each other's company. And the thing is Abimelech could have actually put Isaac to death right then and there, Or he could have just sat back and let one of his people do it. They could have taken Rebekah, but they didn't. Abimelech wouldn't allow it. Despite the fact that this time God didn't talk to the king directly like he did with Pharaoh in the time of Abraham, Abimelech saw evidence that God was in fact with Isaac. Now, Abimelech didn't exactly worship God like Isaac did, but he saw evidence that there was a higher power watching over him and blessing him. And he knew that he and his people would be in a load of trouble if they tried to mess with Isaac and take his wife from him. So, not only would he not lay a hand on Isaac, but he also made it punishable by death should anyone attempt to take his wife or harm him or his wife in any way. And beyond that, they were allowed to live in that land with them for a time, and God blessed them until he became very rich, to the point where even Abimelech was starting to fear the might of Isaac, that Isaac could overpower him. So he told him to go. He feared him. Now, when God blesses a family in such a way where people start to fear that family, that they're becoming great and mighty, to the point where even the people that don't worship the same God as that family starts to say, God is truly with this family. That's something right there. And they even admitted to that. They said, we saw that God is surely with thee. Then it goes to Esau, which is the elder brother of the twins, the one that first came out of the womb, the one who sold his birthright. He took on 2 wives of the Hittites, which were heathens at the time, that had nothing to do with God. They didn't worship the same God as Isaac and Rebekah, and these women were very grievous to Isaac and Rebekah. So at this time, Isaac and Jacob are both 40 years in age, and their struggles, the friction that's between them has not lessened. I'm saying this now because this plays a role in the future chapters that are coming up ahead. But for now, this will be the video for today. I thank every single one of you for listening. Remember to study, to show thyself approved, rightfully dividing the word, put on the whole armor of God, and fight the good fight.